good morning. It's a very good morning because we are on a cruise ship. Royal Caribbean's Independence of the Seas. I go by the legend, joined by my wonderful girlfriend Molly.
This is the third time we've been on the ship.
Yes, and I'm happy to be back. There's quokkas on the TV. I mean, that's fantastic. Now it's kangaroos. So we're starting at a pool deck. Big pool deck. We're on a sea day, as you can tell. Beautiful weather. And a lot of people are enjoying that pool. Here in the main pool, you can see the 3 big hot tubs, 2 with shade covers, 1 without, and 2 pools as well. Now there are 2 different pool bars. One's gonna be right below me, and the other one's gonna be right below that. They do have some fun chairs as well. Something I like on this ship, they do bring out spur bars onto the pool deck area. You can see one down there, and that'll help during the busy times on the pool deck that you can get your drinks that much quicker. Love seeing that. Now the pool deck is used for different stuff throughout the day. They just got done with a morning movie. There'll be movies in the evening. There's a big sports game. They played the NBA playoffs on the big screen last night.
They have a Caribbean party up here tonight.
And they're getting ready for a dance class. So it's a very popular pool deck, a big pool deck. I like it a lot. I like all the color and stuff as well. All right, let's go check out the rest of the ship. Splash Play Bay is the kids' splash pad area, and it's really fantastic. I love the big tipping bucket. Little kids get their own designated area. There's a hot tub for mom and dad to watch from, and its own little pool. If you have little ones that like the water, you're gonna be spending a lot of time there.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts of the ship is right here. This is on the Lido deck, the adults only solarium section, which has the adults only pool.
It is a deep pool. It's about 7 feet.
Yes, at its deepest, so it's a big one. There's a bar over here and 2 giant hot tubs that overlook the size of the ship. And I love that they have bar stools in the water. It's and really, really good waiter service too. So you can just be hanging out, having your drinks, and somebody's gonna keep feeding you pina coladas if you're on that beverage package. In that solarium area, there's also some really cool tile mosaics of tigers. Something I want to make note of, there is a sun deck area all the way above the 2 pool bars. Something really cool, they have a free viewfinder kind of telescope thing. So if you were sailing somewhere scenic or you wanted to see like, oh, that cruise ship over there, what is it? You could use this binoculars. For quick service food on the pool deck, there is fish and chips, which has a couple of free items, like obviously fish and chips make sense. I really like their chicken tenders, their chicken fingers and chips, very solid, and you got the honey mustard with it. Fried shrimp or a fish sandwich, and a couple things that are paid for. On the pool deck, you got a cruise ship classic, the soft serve ice cream machine. It runs from about 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. On the top deck in the back of the ship, you get the Flow Rider Surf Simulator. This guy's pretty talented, way more talented than I am.
Way more than I am.
And different times of day, they do stand-up surfing. Sometimes they'll do boogie boarding. You're right at the back of the ship too, so you got those awesome views.
If you have a giant party, you can rent this out.
Giant party and money, Molly.
Yes.
It's also where you'll find the ship's water slides. There's 2 water slides, and they are pretty fun. But it's also just cool to come up here and watch people. It's fun to watch the good people, it's fun to watch the bad people. It's just a good time. On deck 12, you'll find the sports court area. Currently set up for pickleball, which is very popular.
It is.
And they'll also do basketball games and tournaments and soccer tournaments. Then you can see over there, the big Royal Caribbean rock climbing wall. That is a big rock wall.
You would get a good view, kind of, from the 2 sides.
Yeah. And we are right next to what's known as the Sky Pad. Now, when Royal Caribbean put these on their ships, it was built as a virtual reality bungee jumping, like trampoline attraction.
Obviously, that's not there anymore.
No, those have been removed, I think, from all the Royal Caribbean ships. So what they use this for, like once a day, they'll be like, kind of like a tailgate game.
Yeah.
Like ladder toss, giant pong. I am currently the cornhole champion of the Independence of the Seas.
You are. You want a nice shirt.
Also in the sports court area, I like that they have something for the adults with these cool swings, and then something really neat for the kiddos with this giant climbing structure.
They did take out some swings, so it looks awkward in this location.
On deck 13, all the way in the front of the ship, you'll get the Independence Dunes, the 9-hole mini golf course. Really nice, really fun, nautical themed with all sorts of fun animals on there. And cool views right in the front of the ship. Right by the mini golf course on deck 13, there are a lot of lounge chairs, and this is definitely the quietest section of the ship for lounge chairs. You don't get any of the noise from the pool, and there's generally nobody up here. So if you want to sunbathe in peace, this might be the location. On deck 3 in the middle of the ship, you'll find Studio B, which is a really, really nice venue. It is the ice skating rink on board, And about 3 times during our 4-night sailing, they did a big ice production show called Freeze Frame, which was kind of like a tribute to the music of like the 50s, 60s, and 70s. So probably not
my favorite one, but it's still really neat to see.
Yes, and there's other points in time when they just open the ice skating up to guests. So if you have socks and long pants, then you could go ice skating, and you have to sign a waiver, of course. I think my favorite thing we did this afternoon, we're on the sailing with a bunch of friends. We all signed up, got a reservation to play laser tag together in a big inflatable laser tag arena, and I thought that was so much fun.
And you do need reservations, no bags, closed-toed shoes for that as well.
Yeah. Right now we're on deck 5, the Royal Promenade, which is really, I feel like, the heart and soul of the independence of the seas. We're gonna take a big long walk down the promenade right now. Starting on the right, you'll have guest services and shore excursions, somewhere where you hope you don't have to go on your cruise, but if you do, it is right there. On the left is going to be what's known as the Champagne Bar, which is just kind of like a lobby bar. Unfortunately, it says champagne in the name, but there are no like specialty menus over there. It just runs the standard Royal Caribbean bar menu.
I love the centerpiece here.
Yeah, a big kind of like Greek vase thing, I think. If you're on the elevator, you'll notice it has actually got like 30 cruise ducks in it, so people will hide like little plastic ducks on the ship. And well, yep, you can actually see them a little bit right there. Let me zoom in.
And a hair tie.
And a hair tie. It very much reminded me of like the Expedition Everest ride at Disney World, where people get stopped when the track switches, and they just get bored and throw their hair ties up there. Guess that's what happens with the cruise ducks here. Now this is going to be the main area for shopping on board this ship. And it's kind of interesting. Well, if you want to shop for the most expensive item on the cruise, that would probably be, well, another cruise.
Yes.
And you can get some offers there. There is a shop on the right that will have some Royal Caribbean stuff, as well as some other kind of, just like sunglasses and fancy clothing.
And shirts, yeah.
Yes. You're going to get the kid-friendly section next over here on the right, as you get Sugar Beach, which is the, honestly, very delightful candy store.
Yes, and Squishmallows.
And a 5-pound Hershey chocolate bar, just like at Chocolate World in Pennsylvania. And then you get the ice cream area. Now the ice cream here is an upcharge. It used to be Ben & Jerry's. It is no longer Ben & Jerry's. It is Royal Caribbean brand, and it's about $3 for an ice cream. Operating, I believe, 24 hours a day, or almost 24 hours a day, is the Cafe Promenade, which features free snacks. And as somebody that's been enjoying their beverage package all cruise long, they also have Powerades available there.
That is also your coffee bar as well.
Yes. I'm assuming that's what most people use it for. Now, not me getting my Powerade so I can have another 15 to 17 drinks today. All right, you'll see different times of day they will have sales like this. Like right now is the 2 for $30 t-shirt sale. And then in the middle you get some of the fanciest shops on board, like the jewelry and watches store or the purse store. And I will be completely honest, those are not my thing. That's not something I would buy on land, not something I would buy here. But I do love the fancy car.
No, I haven't noticed the bears change outfits like some cruises.
I know, it's actually kind of neat. Like sometimes on Royal Caribbean, the bears will change outfits depending on the day and the theme. So like formal night they'll be in a little bear tuxedo, or like Caribbean night a flower shirt. And the car is parked right out in front of Vintages, which is the wine bar on board. A nice kind of quiet lounge in the middle of the promenade.
Did you do wine tastings as an upcharge?
And they have a nice looking couch.
Yeah.
And Vintages also, they have a full liquor bar in there. It seems like a wine bar, but they can really get you whatever you want as far as drinks go. So if some of the other bars on the ship are busy, you might want to pop into there because it's normally quieter than the rest.
Then we have the perfume shop.
Makeup stuff. And then that's something I don't normally go into. It's something I've been into my fair share. And that is the Ale and Anchor, which is the classic pub on board. Really nice pub. They have a acoustic guitar guy that plays in the evenings. And I really like the theming and detail into this bar. A solid beer selection in here, lots of stuff in the bottles and cans. And then we're gonna make our way on out. One thing I want to do tonight is we haven't listened to the guitar guy all that much on the sailing, so I want to have a good 45 minutes sit down at least in here. Now they also use this Royal Promenade area for various deck parties. There was a 70s party as well as an 80s party, and the parties mostly take place on bridges like that one.
And the Caribbean party is now.
Yeah, the Caribbean party is inside. We might have said it was outside earlier, but that was a little whoopsie-doodle. Got a staircase there to take you down to the casino. More fancy jewelry. The port shopping desk. So if you have any questions about where you want to buy stuff while in port on a Royal Caribbean cruise, you can do that. And as we get towards the end of the Royal Promenade, you get Sorrento's Pizza, and also some of these Coke Freestyle machines. If you're on any beverage package, you'll get a souvenir Coke Royal Caribbean cup, and you can fill it up here or at the buffet. Now, Sorrento's Pizza operates, I think, from around like, I don't know, 11 a.m. till 2 in the morning. And it's a pretty solid pizza. Nice way to finish the night. I think I finished the night 2 out of 3 nights with the Sorrento's Pizza. Also, there's a quick service bar with, you want to use your beverage package while enjoying your pizza. On the left is the market. That is the biggest shop on board. That's where you'll find the duty-free liquor as well as the most Royal Caribbean souvenirs. I will say a little impressed. Molly and I have been on the ship 3 times, and they don't have the cruise ship ornament.
No.
They haven't had it the last 2 times. They don't have it this time.
We collect them, and they don't have it.
I know, it's a bit of a bummer. But anyway, that's the Royal Promenade, a really cool section of the ship. On decks 3 and 4 in the front of the ship, you'll get the Royal Theater, which is a big, beautiful show venue on board. During our 4-night sailing, there have been a different show in there every single night. On night 1, there was a comedian. On night 2, they did their big, giant Broadway-style production show, which is Grease, the musical.
That is an hour-and-a-half show. Really well done, though. Giant cast.
Yes,
Giant.
It must be very, very expensive to put on.
Yes.
For me, I'm not really the biggest musical theater person, so sitting through an hour-and-a-half production show is not my idea of fun. I'd much rather be at the sports bar, but you quite enjoyed it.
I did, yeah.
Our friends that are on the sailing with us, they loved it. Yeah. Last night was my favorite show we've seen. They had a guest entertainer who was a magician, and I just like that. I like any magic show, and I thought it was really, really well done. Night 4 tonight is a ballroom dancing show called Invitation to Dance, which is probably not for me. Looking on deck 4, in the middle of the ship, you'll find Playmakers, which is the very good-sized sports bar on board the Independence of the Seas. I like this venue quite a bit. I watched some New York Yankees baseball in here. I watched a little bit of New York Knicks basketball in here. They've got a really nice specialty drink menu. Molly, you're drinking a weird one. The Goalpost Margarita, which has muddled pineapple and jalapenos. I am drinking my personal favorite drink at this bar, the Black and Gold cocktail, which is bourbon with peach schnapps and cranberry. Now, they'll get a lot of the games. During our sailing, they've gotten all of the NBA playoff games. Right in front of us here, you can see a whole bunch of people who do not get their game. They're all watching the NHL playoffs. But it's really nice. On the tables, they'll have little table tents. It'll tell you every game they will get for the length of the cruise, which I think is really nice.
It's very nice.
And I love this. There's free pool. So we're hanging out, having some drinks, and playing pool. Something I absolutely love on this class of ship, they've got a big outdoor promenade on deck 4. It takes you all around the ship.
They do also have shuffleboard down here.
Yeah, a bunch of different courts. And I really like if you go all the way to the front, it'll take you to deck 5 and the helipad. And as you can see from the giant H, we have made it out to that helipad. It's a very calm seas today, not a lot of wind. Sometimes I've done these shots in the past and you can barely hear me based on how windy it is. Not today. But yeah, you can go all the way to the front of the ship.
Looking down is kind of weird.
Yes, it's a little bit trippy down there. But yeah, I love that you can come out to this section. While not the grand vista you get from the helipad, the walk around deck does take you to the aft of the ship as well. All the way up on the top of the ship on deck 14, you get the Olive or Twist Lounge. And this main purpose is, this is the ship's nightclub. 3 out of the 4 nights on our sailing, there was also a silent disco party up here. It opens a little bit later than most of the lounges. I think on our sailing it's been opening about 4 p.m. or so. And I've really actually enjoyed coming up here like right when they open. You get some drinks and enjoy like some of the awesome views you get from up here all the way on the top of the ship. Like we're on a sea day right now. And it's just, it's really, really great views. Also, some of the better air conditioning on the ship. If you're here during the summer when things are hot, it's a good place to hang out. Attached to the Oliver Twist Lounge is the Crown Lounge, reserved for people with diamond status and above on Royal Caribbean. I am, after this cruise, I'll be 10 nights away, so I can't quite enter the forbidden door yet, but soon. On deck 14, you'll find the Suite Lounge. Now we're sitting in an interior cabin, so this is all we can show you. On deck 15, all the way at the top of the ship, you'll get the Puzzle Break Center, which is home to the escape room on board, known as the Observatorium. It is a $35 charge per person if you want to play. On decks 3, 4, and 5, in the back of the ship, you will find the main dining room on board, and it is a very grand, very beautiful main dining room. It's the last night of our cruise, so I'll show you what the dinner experience is like.
I agree.
Here is the menu for the evening. Pretty much every menu has had a different theme. Night 1 was a welcome aboard menu, so no theme there. But then it was French, Italian, and tonight it is Caribbean. 6 different starters, 8 different main courses, some stuff you have to pay extra for and we will not be ordering, and desserts. The appetizer course has arrived. I got the Asian pork belly tacos and bao buns, and Molly got something I would never order in a million years. The avocado tofu salad. The main course has arrived, and I got the Caribbean jerk pork chop, with it being Caribbean night. It smells fantastic. And Molly got the grilled tiger shrimp. Finishing it off with dessert, I got the brownie, and Molly opted for the very adorable carrot cake. Currently on deck 4 at the lounge, I've definitely spent the most time on this ship, and that is the schooner bar. It is the trivia bar in the afternoons. In the evening, it is the piano bar. On our sailing, the piano player is named Alan, and I've been on my fair share of Royal Caribbean cruises, and he is the best piano guy I've ever seen on a Royal Caribbean cruise. I've been here almost every night. He's fantastic. He's not afraid to work blue after midnight, but really talented, really fun. Also, they've got a great cocktail menu in here. Molly's drinking one of their special drinks, a Southern Belle. I'm going with a rum-based old-fashioned using the Bacardi 8. It's my favorite drink on the entire ship, but I've spent a lot of time in here. Probably gonna spend a lot more today on the final day of our sailing. On deck 4 in the middle of the ship, you'll find Casino Royale, the big casino here on board the cruise ship. And now, I'm not the biggest gambler, but I actually booked this cruise through the My Vegas series of apps and got $150 in free play. Yep. So I actually ended up walking away from the casino with like $141, so I was pretty happy with that. They do have a bunch of table games, as well. Of course, you gotta have a casino bar here in the middle. TV screens to keep the people playing in here longer. Molly, what are some of the table games that are offered here aboard the cruise ship?
Roulette, Ultimate Texas Hold'em, craps, 3-card poker, and a lot of blackjack.
Yes. My personal favorite machines are these over here. That's video poker, and it's also video blackjack. That is what I played. You do have some of the coin pushing games as well. It is a smoking casino. I haven't noticed it be overly smoky in here, but I guess that would also depend on who you're sitting next to and what time you wander through.
It has been pretty busy in here.
Yes. And there we go. That is the casino. On deck 5, all the way in the front of the ship, you get the Star Lounge, which is a very, very big lounge on board here. And it's nice. They'll use it for a lot of different things. Right now, they're setting up for bingo. We were in here. They do like a nightly game show in here, and those are tons of fun. The guy that hosts the game shows is great. He's really good.
He loves his job.
He loves his job. He loves it. Makes the guests have more fun. I've enjoyed the game shows. Definitely want to see a game show later on this evening. There's also been trivia in here. The party band's in here. Karaoke is in here on occasion.
It was really popular.
Yes, if you want to sing during karaoke, definitely get there on the earlier side.
And this has my favorite chair on the ship.
Yeah, these chairs right here. Those are the ones you want.
You don't get the best view, but they're so comfortable.
On deck 4, near the dining room, you'll find Boleros, which is kind of a tropical themed lounge. This has live music every single evening. There's been 2 different bands in here, and it's been very popular. Very, very popular in the evening. They also have a nice tropical drink menu. I'm drinking the traditional Hemingway daiquiri, and Molly's got one of the best drinks on board, a coconut mojito. I think Boleros also has one of the best photo ops on board, as you have this cool car couch you can sit on. Greeted by the sounds of the stowaway piano guy, who will move throughout the ship. Right now, he's playing right in front of the Windjammer, which is the buffet on board. Let's go see what's for lunch. We have made it inside the buffet after washing our hands. It was over here, the first stop, a big giant bar.
Giant bar.
Really nice. And you also get 2 of your specialty restaurants up here. Shop's Grill, which is the upcharge steakhouse.
Which we have eaten at.
We've eaten at all these.
Yeah?
I do like Chops. I'm not sure if these are worth the price for dinner, but if you go for lunch, I think you get a really good deal. We're not paying extra today, so let's go see what's on the buffet for lunch. First thing we got to on the buffet is some fruit. Next up is the bread selection. There's 2 I really, really like. You got the soft cheese roll there, and then for the first time on this sailing, that I have seen it at least, the garlic cheese spiral roll. They are terrific. We are now in an Indian section of the buffet with steamed rice, masala, aloo. Oh, the chicken tikka masala looks really good. Can never go wrong with some naan bread. They also have papadam, stir-fried garlic parsley, and then orange pork with vegetable, along with some sliced up fruit, which is very important. It's pretty close to the pool. It's a hot day, so that watermelon will be very good. There is a build-your-own salad station. Made it to the cold cut station. I'm excited. Prosciutto day. I'm a big prosciutto guy. That's gonna be wonderful. So more cold cuts here, along with some cold salads and some more breads. And then we get to the vegan section, which is very nice that you have that. That is interesting looking. That is corn and tarragon fritters right next to the garlic mushrooms. Oh, this is good stuff. There is a stir fry station where you pick your ingredients and they make it right in front of you. And if you don't want to wait for your own custom stir fry, there's a vegetable stir fry, a chicken stir fry, a beef stir fry, and a pork stir fry. There's a beverage station with iced tea, fruit punch, ice water, as well as coffee and teas. Mashed potatoes with gravy, more steamed rice, beef, guys, your guests didn't mind how to pronounce that one. Lemon chicken, ooh, roasted garlic potatoes, and then breaded fish. Now, if you have pickier eaters, this section of the buffet might be for you. It is cheeseburgers, hot dogs, my personal favorite, the really good quality chicken tenders, mac and cheese, and French fries. I feel like the highlight of any buffet is the carving station. Today on the carving station is beef round top. Looks pretty good. And of course, it wouldn't be a buffet without some dessert. You got the chocolate cake, blueberry streusel pie, the praline cream puff, a Napoleon, and I don't know what a chocolate seraphim is, but I will find out. Well, this is neat. They do have some breakfast items here for lunch. The hash browns, the French toast, the eggs and sausage. It is 12:30, but hey, if you just woke up, this might be what you need. On decks 11 and 12 in the front of the ship is where you'll find the Vitality at Sea Spa and Fitness Center. Now, Molly and I, we are really not spa people. We did take the tour to check things out. One of the smaller spas I think you'll find on cruise ships, but they do have plenty of rooms to get massages or treatments done. There is also a full salon up there, so if you want to get a manicure or a pedicure or a haircut for a formal night, that is available for purchase. Now, one thing I do like about their gym, the sauna and steam rooms are free. They're separated men's and women in the changing room area, but you do have to pay for that on a lot of cruise ships. And the gym I thought was pretty good size. I packed my gym clothes, thought about going, never actually made it besides filming this clip here. But yeah, lots of weights and lots of cardio equipment. I love those treadmills that are against the window, and that's the gym on board. Looking in on deck 12 towards the back of the ship is Adventure Ocean, which is where you'll find the different kids clubs on board.
I love the dolphin.
Yeah, you got Royals, Babies, and Tots over there. Over here on the right is the Octonauts, which is 3 to 5. And in the middle is an all-ages arcade. Let's take a quick spin here. Very modern arcade games. Definitely very modern arcade games. Unfortunately, it looks like they do have a couple that are, well, not functioning at the moment. Now, all these arcade games, they do cost money. You swipe your card, and like if you want to play this one here, it'll be $1.50.
It is a big arcade.
Yeah, they have a lot of games in here.
And I think it's smart having it next to the kids club area.
Is it smart or is it evil? Because I'm really not sure which way. But yeah, lots of stuff in here. I love the crane machines. Win all sorts of Super Mario Brothers prizes. Little mini Papa Shot basketball. Gotta have skee ball in an arcade. Lane Master super fun.
Oh, Willie crashed the arcade.
Oh. The Halo game's really good. Yeah, a ton of arcade games. And as you get towards the back of the arcade area, there are more kids clubs over here. On deck 12 in the back of the ship, you'll find Fuel, which I believe is the teen club on board. My teen days were long ago, so this is all we can show you. On deck 4, right by the theater and the schooner bar, is Azumi Habachi and Sushi, which is an upcharge restaurant. The hibachi's fun. It's the one where they cook right in front of you. Mm-hmm. I believe it does run around $50 or so for adults, so it is a pricey experience. But if you're looking for something, a special occasion, a little bit different, or you're on the dining package.
We've eaten here before. It's good.
Sort of in a weird location, on deck 12 in the back of the ship, you'll find Johnny Rockets, which is an upcharge restaurant, but it's a much cheaper than the other upcharge restaurants. It's not like you're spending the $50 to go to the steakhouse here. You're gonna get a better burger than you would just get at the Windjammer, but I'm not sure if it's worth the upcharge.
It's really good for kids and families.
Yeah, that is true. They do have the waiters do a whole like sing and dance show kind of thing. I think if you're on that ultimate dining package, it's definitely worth doing at least one lunch in here. On deck 5, you'll find the library, a quiet zone on the ship. So I'm talking very hush. There's all sorts of books you can see here. One book they don't have. Experience the Point, the unofficial guidebook to Cedar Point from back in 2007, written by Hyde on the staff. It is autographed by the author. And we're going to leave it here on board the Independence of the Seas. On deck 12 above the pool deck, you can rent these casitas to have your own reserved spot. The prices do vary whether it's a port day or a sea day. And I will say, like, I was up in the pool deck at 10 a.m. Every chair on the Lido deck on deck 11 was already taken. So that's kind of a bummer. I probably wouldn't spend the money for it, but if you had a big family, maybe. On deck 3, right by the main dining room, is the art gallery on board. And they do all sorts of art type events and the art auctions. Also, this is where you will find the Focus photo gallery. So if you took any pictures on board you want to buy, they'd be available right here. And wrapping things up, here is our interior stateroom cabin. We were in 3545. I actually really like this cabin.
Yeah.
It's one of the coolest cruise ship cabins I've ever had, based on like temperature wise. And if you had a long day at the beach, like that really does help.
It's also quiet too.
Yeah. Nice. There is a couch. You did get some noise because we were like directly below the sushi place, and you could hear them like deep cleaning at some hours of the day. Plenty of storage for anything you might need to store on the cruise ship. Especially this cruise ship, I think, is doing like 4 nights and 5 night cruises right now, so you'll have more than enough room.
Yeah.
There is a cooler, not a fridge, down there, but it kept things very, very cold. It felt like a fridge. There's a safe up here. Of course, everyone's favorite, the cruise ship bathroom. Somebody told me, like, put your pants in the bathroom to get them unwrinkled. That did not work at all. Those are wrinkly pants that I have to wear later today. But I do like that it is a shower door instead of a curtain. You do have one hair body wash combo package. And yeah, bathroom is completely fine. Here is the terrifying bathroom noise. And that'll do it for our time on the Independence of the Seas. Really fun time. Really enjoyed this 4-night cruise. I had an absolute blast. Some of the information, our cabin cost was not too bad on this one. It was for our 4-night cruise, $272 cabin cost per person. Obviously, you got to add the taxes and fees and the daily gratuities and the beverage package all on top of that. But that's what we paid for our interior cabin. And with any cruise ship vacation, there's going to be things you like more and things you don't like as much. We're going to start with, we're positive people, start with the good. For me, I think the biggest thing I say about the ship, this was one of the friendliest staffs I have ever seen on any cruise ship. This was cruise like 71 for me, and this staff was really exceptional.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Multiple crew members knew our name, talked to us, continuously asked us how it was,
and
how
even
we were, like remembered information about us too.
And not only that, like speed of drink service, amount of roaming waiters. Like it's a very well staffed and a very well crewed, a very well managed cruise ship.
Speaking of that, I really like the adult pool.
Yes.
1, it's just awesome that they have an adult pool.
And
2, the bar stools, very nice. And then 3, they had a lot of roaming waiters.
Oh man, like sometimes if you're in a pool, drink service might not be so good. This ship, at least when we were in our adult pool, was like you pretty much, you were third done, you order another one, it'll be there before you finish it. And I would say there are not too many kids on this ship either, at least on our sailing. We've been on some Royal Caribbean ships lately where it's been like a nightmarish amount of children for people that travel without children. And this one was not the case at all. It might be our itinerary, might be, sailing in the middle of April. I don't know, but that was also nice.
Less kids unattended.
Yes.
Yes. I really enjoyed the laser tag as well. That's always a fun event.
Oh, yeah. Definitely make reservations for it, which I hate making reservations for anything on a cruise ship. But definitely go on your app and make reservations and play laser tag. Because it's probably only going to be 1 or at most 2 days when that laser tag will be offered for a limited number of hours. So I think one of my favorite parts of this ship was Alan the piano man in the schooner bar.
Oh, he was awesome. Probably one of the best Royal Caribbean piano mans that we've heard.
Yeah, played pretty much anything you could know, like a great wide range of stuff. super duper fun, very personable. Didn't seem like he was going through the motions at all. Seemed to generally love what he was doing. And me and our friends had an absolute blast.
Yeah, he didn't have a stick. Like some of them have a stick and they do it for night 1, 2, and 3. Mm-hmm. And if you've seen a night 1, you've seen a night 2. He did not.
No. One thing I'm going to give a big up to, went to the casino with $0 and some free play, walked away with $141 of real money.
You did.
Also, something I enjoyed, and this is a first for us. This is a cruise ship we were on. It wasn't in the video, but we sailed with a whole bunch of our friends. And that's something we've never done before, and it was different, and it was fun.
It was kind of unplanned, but it was fun.
Yeah, but we kept running into them, so, there'd be stuff me and Molly would do off on our own, and then we meet up for them for, laser tag, or like, we're going to close out every night at the schooner bar, or, now we're going to go hang out in the adult pool, that kind of thing. And it worked really well for if you're traveling with a group.
I really love, the cabin was very cold. And I love sleeping in cold rooms.
Need it, yeah.
I always bring my fan because some of these cruise ships get very hot. And our cabin was not. It was cold.
Now, we were in the front of deck 3. We felt a lot of motion.
Yes.
But at least we were in a freezer while doing it.
One of your favorite things also is the tailgating games. They were cornhole. There was ladder tots.
We missed giant beer pong.
We did.
But that was fun, like checking out what was the tailgate toss game every day. And a couple of staff shout outs to some of our favorite our crew member interactions. Francisco, I think he was like a beverage captain.
He was.
At the schooner bar. So happy, so welcoming.
So friendly, knew our names, asked us how we were all the time.
If like one of us happened to take like a 2-hour midday nap and the other one was drinking by themselves.
Maybe.
He would be like, where's your other half?
And entertaining the other half.
Yeah. From the recreation team, Playa at the Skypad, really, really friendly guy. And that is the stuff we really, really liked about the Independence of the Sea. But you know what? When there's one side of a coin, there's going to be another side of a coin as well. We're lucky that we get to go on a lot of cruise ships. And for the Independence, there's some stuff we did not like as much. Third time in a row, no ship ornament.
You were really mad.
How does that happen? Like every other Royal Caribbean cruise ship has one. Why don't you?
My least favorite thing was the silent disco. One, they didn't seem like they had that many headphones. It ran out very quickly. So if you weren't there right away, you ran out.
Well, you didn't miss much.
Yeah. Second, there's 2 channels. One channel was completely fuzzy. You can barely hear anything.
Yeah.
It was not that great.
No, one of the worst silent discos I've ever been to. I did feel like compared to other ships of Royal Caribbean of the same class, they had 1 or 2 less musical acts than on those. And this might just be like a contract thing or somebody had that cruise off, but there was notably less music than there was at other points in time.
For me, no deck parties. They had technically 3 atrium parties, 2 really big ones, and then one they had
just a band playing.
But they have I love deck parties. It's a great way to kind of relax. You have the ocean breeze. I think that is a highlight of any cruise, and they didn't have that.
No. For me personally, I thought the entertainment shows and the ice shows and the parties, they skewed a little bit too old for me. And I'm not a spring chicken. I'm 39 years old. But when it's like a 70s party and an 80s party and your big musical show is a 70s or 50s themed show, and then it's a ballroom dancing show, and then your ice show is a tribute to the music of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Somebody who's not a young guy like myself, I'm like, oh, this is for old people.
I do like Grease. Grease the musical was very well done and had a giant cast, great sets. Granted, we've been on the ship before, so we've seen that show. But if you haven't seen it, I do recommend it. However, I agree with you for the 70s, 80s, the ballroom dancing show. A lot of that entertainment definitely skewed to the older side.
And I feel like some of that should be a more modern kind of thing. Because this ship probably was mid-2000s. Mm-hmm. Like, one of your shows should have been a mid-2000s show. Or your ice show should have been more modern music. But everything seemed to skew to like what my parents would probably want.
Yeah.
But there we go. That'll do it for the Independence of the Seas and our thoughts. Overall, I had a blast. It's our 3rd time on the cruise. I would not be surprised if the 4th time is coming sometime in the next couple of years if it stays in the area of Florida. And if you have any questions or comments, let us know in the comment section below. And thank you very much for watching this video.